is the Glass Cannon Network.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Get in the Trunk, Season 4. Troy Lavallee, stop sending emails. Stop sending emails and focus on the show you're on right now.
I was logging in to a private porn site, I'll have you know.
I'll have you know.
I forgot my password.
We're just about to go live here. And sorry, Francis. We're just about to go live here, and I can see Troy just like wrapping up the last few things that he can get out. And the start of the episode did come rather quickly. It's rather surprising because, I mean, should I even say it? We haven't had any major technical issues in this pre-show.
Why did you say it?
I don't know.
Why did you even say
I felt
it?
like I needed
no-hitter.
Exactly.
There goes the
no-hitter. Looks like I just said your new computer is back. Or no, I'm sorry, your new computer. Your computer is back, which was a little touch and go last week.
Yeah, that was rough. I was like switching multiple laptops because one would get like overheated by running so many programs. I'm like, Joe, for the next recording, give me 5 minutes. I got to switch laptops. And Joe was losing his mind. He was like, you're switching computers? I was like, oh, God. I have to. I'm so happy my PC is back, yes.
It was in the shop for a while.
Yeah, it got fried. Something on my graphics card, my capacitors got fried, which is fixable. But yeah, these babies work hard. We forget how much I think we talked about it on the show. Computers do a lot. And we get pissed when they won't load a web page in 5 seconds. And I'm like, it's trying its best.
I know. Right. Give it a little leeway. I mean, especially with what we're doing now, we are just pushing these damn things to the absolute limit of their capabilities. Like, let me plug in 9 devices and connect 6 people from all over the country and record flawless audio and video. It's just, we're lucky we get anything. How you doing, Francis?
I am fantastic. I'm fully caffeinated and ready to rock. I'm out here. It's getting hot, though. It's starting to get real hot. Like boiling, even in the mornings, it's intense hot. Like by like 9 o'clock, it's like solid 80 degrees, 85.
Ooh.
Do you have a window? You look like you're in a room with no windows, which is why I asked. Like, is there a window to the outside?
I'm in a locked box, and there's no ventilation or windows. No, I have windows. It's just they're covered up right now for sound. So. It's it's part of my dedication to the quality broadcast.
We appreciate it, Francis. Good luck making it through the ep without getting heat stroke. I mean, this is something that we did so often in our time, and we still do it now. Like now that we're at home, like we'll shut down air conditioning in rooms in order to preserve audio quality. And you just, within a short amount of time in the middle of the summer, you are dying at your computer, just like sweating bullets. And you wonder why characters are suddenly like, I kick open the door. I just start shooting at the letter, like tempers get short.
It's true.
Totally. And I'm totally unclothed from the waist down, just so you know.
Man, totally such a pro already.
That's how committed I am. Right?
This guy knows what's up.
Yeah.
How you doing, Troy? You hanging in there?
What? Why?
Because you look like you're about to run out of the room. Like something you're like, I'm out of here.
I'm good. We obviously we record this in advance. We're traveling tomorrow for 2 live shows this week. So it's like the storm before the storm right now. I'm just like, I should be doing something else. But I'm actually really looking forward to playing because I can't. There's nothing else I can do but play this, and this is the most fun I'm having right now. So I'm excited to do this. But yeah, I'm in a constant state of motion.
Yeah,
the road
I want this to help you. I don't want it to hurt you. I want Roger to be such a strong break from reality. You could release all your anger at all the work and nonsense that you have to deal with, funnel it through Roger, and then just start killing fake innocent citizens in New York City and animals. And animals, yeah.
Release the cumstone.
Release the cumstone.
Release the cumstone.
Any doctor will tell you the same thing.
Release their inner cumstone.
What about you, Skid? How are you hanging in there today?
I'm okay. I'm a little kind of out of sorts. I'm wearing this heart monitor thing because
what?
Well, I went to it's a routine thing, but I went to the cardiologist and they told me to wear this. It's under my shirt. I feel like the worst mob informant of all time. You weren't a wire. It's this giant bulge under my shirt. So I had to sleep with it. I've had it on since 2:30 yesterday afternoon. I had to sleep in it, so I slept horribly, and I haven't been able to shower yet. So I feel terrible. But it's going to be funny when I turn in the device. They're going to be like, what happened to your heart rate between the hours of 12:48 and 2 p.m.? It's just jumping all over the place. It's okay.
Have you ever heard of Delta Green? I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. Why are you? It's just a routine checkup thing, and they're doing 24 hours of heart monitoring?
There was family history stuff, and there's something weird showed up. Just nothing, but something just a tiny red flag showed up on a cardiogram. So they're here, let's just monitor you. They took an ultrasound, everything's fine. This is double checking everything. So
dude, wait till Reddit gets a hold of this. Did you hear Skid's dying?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So what I hear, as the audience, what I hear is Skid's dying of heart disease.
Right.
That's the first thing I heard.
Yes. Sorry, that should be the takeaway.
Skid's on life support.
He's getting a big heart implanted.
I'm just laying the groundwork for people to excuse any shoddy play today and to be extra nice to me for the rest of my life, because you never know.
Joe, don't excite him today.
Don't excite me.
I know. I have to find a way to I think, why don't we focus on the other characters this episode? We'll have one of those episodes where you're like, wait a minute. At the end of it, you're like, I guess the actor had off for that episode. That one major character just
Were they pregnant or
wasn't
something?
in the entire episode. Yeah.
It is funny though. I had explained to the cardiologist what I do for a living, and it was so hard. It's always hard, but it's especially hard, I found, to a cardiologist.
Because they're so far removed from this. They're just wait.
I'm pretty sure you don't have any frame of reference for what I'm going to tell you.
You know the radio, kind of like that.
Yeah,
just
it's
on the radio.
Radio, but on your phone.
Are you a fan of vaudeville?
Clowns. Picture me like a clown for your entertainment.
Well, I'm already seeing the follow-up post to Did You Hear Skid's Dying on Reddit. The follow-up post is, who should replace Skid?
Yeah.
There's already several comments, lots of ideas flowing in. A lot of
strong
debate.
candidates out there.
A lot of debate.
I wish I could be there to see it. So I can see how they excel in my place.
Well, I will try. No, I won't. I'm not gonna try to take it easy on you today, Skid.
No.
You in particular.
Now is the best time to not take it easy on me, because there'll be a medical record of anything that goes wrong.
Yeah.
There'll be nurses that are going to be looking at your heart condition throughout this whole thing and being like, what the hell was going on?
Yeah.
Why did you flatline?
It'll be fascinating. The future scholars.
Yeah. Oh my God. We should pair that up on YouTube. After this airs live on Twitch, we'll pair it up on YouTube. Your exact heart rate readout playing side by side with the episode.
I'll get a copy of the EKG when we get the results.
Oh, this is good. The Reddit demands are going up. Yeah, but as I said, you in particular, Skid, are going to be on the hot seat here in a second. I'm going to I'll do a brief recap. I've got nothing written here, so it'll be real sloppy. But it's only been a week. You guys should have a decent idea of what's going on. And one thing I said to you, everybody except Troy, because I don't think he was on audio at that point in the pre-show. I said, make sure you're taking notes. Now, listen, that's a classic thing for GMs to say. I get it. And I know players don't take notes. I don't take notes. It sucks. It's a pain in the ass taking notes. I always, I'm so thankful for Grant. I was going to say, and Matthew, but Matthew doesn't add anything, does he? Oh. I'm always so thankful to Grant and Nick Lowe in Legacy for taking excellent notes.
Yeah.
In this case, though,
Grant and Nick take the best notes.
Yeah, excellent note takers.
Yeah.
In this case, though,
Grant
what I'll
better
say,
than Nick. Grant's
Grant and his ability to like, I don't know, what does he use? OneNote or something? His ability to look up an old note from 3 years ago in 5 seconds and have it on hand.
Better than Google.
Better than Google. Oh my God, my phone is on. The reason I say that is not so that you take notes on everybody's on this entire mystery. It's too much to ask a person to do, but I would like you to try to take notes on your individual characters, things they're interested in, or pieces of evidence they're following up on. If you do that, that's going to be all the work that you need to do, because I'm starting to forget what's out there in the ether and what you guys are interested in digging deeper into. As you each individually dig deeper into certain areas, you can take time when you want to come together and talk about those different areas. And then maybe, some answers will start to formulate as you're all discussing. But you don't have to take notes for everyone, I would say. Just take notes for yourself and try to follow the path of that evidence. We had some really interesting ones in the last episode. A United Airlines ticket that Vicky handed off to one of the forensic experts at the Postal Detective Agency? What are they called? Postal Inspection Service. The Postal Detective Agency. PDAs. The postal inspectors, Francis, Bobby was interested in. He sent off a Pepto-Bismol bottle. He also was interested in the building management. I know that came up at some point. I think Roger might have mentioned that too. Who's running this building? Roger, we left at the end of last episode alone in the apartment. Everybody else kind of had other things going on. Roger stayed behind to keep digging, and he found some interesting things, including more pages of a play, it seems, with a lot of different characters, one of which is named Roger. And there's no other description of this character other than the name Roger. It's got some lines. Not a lot of lines, some lines. But the very last thing we saw was Dr. Neal Bachman. He was taking his mother, Johnny, to the bank to deal with an issue, a mistake, a problem with her bank account. She had some missing money and was suspicious. So at 1:45 p.m., he picks up his mom. He leaves the investigation, Dr. Neal Bachman, picks up his mother, Johnny, on the Upper East Side, is it? I can't remember. And
Upper East Side.
Upper East Side, and takes her to Chemical Bank. While he's there, it seems that the bank management person, this woman who seemed to recognize his name, said, "Oh, Dr. Bachman, you're here for your appointment at 2:00, and got up, walked away, a little strange, comes back and says, "Okay, Dr. Bachman, follow me. Your mother will have to stay here." Walks Dr. Bachman into the back where the safety deposit boxes are and ushers him to a particular box, a box that is supposedly his, a box numbered 3033. And this jumped out for sure because earlier in that very day, Dr. Bachman, while sifting through a massive amount of junk, quote unquote, the things that Abigail Wright was collecting in her apartment, one of the things he found was a yellow pages where the number 3 is blanked out every instance on every page for the entire
creepy.
phone book.
So horrifying. It's just all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's like that kind of thing. It's so terrifying.
Totally.
When last we left, she looked up at the box. She looked back toward Dr. Bachman, smiled, and just said, "Do you have your key?" And that's where we left it. Skid.
Right. And I don't have the key, right? I was not expecting this. I don't have any key.
You could check. I don't know if you carry keys on a key ring or anything like that, but
I do. So I'm going to, it's just like, oh, hold on. And I'm going to, checks his pockets and just pulls out, he's a big ring of keys. And just starts flipping. He looks at the lock and, he knows what basically what a safe deposit box key looks like. He starts flipping through.
You don't see any keys that you don't identify, that you don't already know, and that would fit a safety deposit box.
It's like, oh, it's funny. I think I left it back at the apartment. Is there any way that you can? I know. God, I don't even know if I still have the key at all. In fact, is there any way we could drill into the box?
Drill into the box?
Yeah, I know this happened before. Where I'm doing Lorne Michaels now. Where you drill into the box. It's like if someone loses their key, you drill in, and then give me access to my material.
I think that would be a very extreme case, Dr. Bachman. In this case, there is, of course, a copy of the key at the bank here that we can duplicate for you. It just requires a bit of time and a service fee, of course.
Sure. Just give me the key.
I'm sorry, I can't just give you the key. There is a process. We'll just have... If you did indeed lose it, we will have to fill out some paperwork. It will take 7 to 10 business days, and then it is a $35 fee for the new key.
Okay. Well, just count it against whatever you stole from my mother's accounts.
I'm sorry. What?
Nothing. Just bank humor.
Okay, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we won't be able to open it today, but if you go home and find the key, you can make another appointment. Or if you'd like, I could get the paperwork for you to process a transaction for a replacement key.
Yeah, let's start that process. Let's start that ball rolling, because I just don't know. I don't know if I still have the key. So let's just cover all our bases and let's start the ball rolling.
Okay. And do you have a cash check or money order on you today for $35?
I don't, but my mother does.
Okay.
I'll get her to write the check.
Let's head back out into the lobby and we can speak with your mother.
Okay.
And she takes you back out there. Talk to me about what's going on in Dr. Neal's head right now.
So he's trying to fake his way through this, but he is really, really intrigued. Definitely freaked out, and he really just wants to know what could possibly be in that box and why they know me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also afraid to give up the game, so he's just kind of trying to think on his feet right now.
Okay.
And was Neal the only one that saw the phone book with the 3s blacked out, or was everybody? Did we all see that? Or
I think we all did. I can't remember, honestly. Yeah, but I don't think I would have kept that secret.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys can tell me. I generally operate under the presumption that evidence you find, especially physical evidence, are things that you are taking pictures of, documenting, categorizing as you were required to do by the FBI, quote unquote.
Unless we're specifically hiding it from everyone else.
Unless you say you're hiding it from everyone else, I'm going to assume everyone else knows. The only other exception, of course, is the radio. That last episode, Roger Comstone pulled a World War II radio transmitter. He pulled the receiver to his ear and could hear a voice speaking what seemed like random words, maybe some sort of military code. And then when he checked again, Roger heard his own voice coming through the box. That Roger has not shared with anyone. Yeah. So let's take Dr. Neal Bachman out into the bank and proceed with this paperwork. They're asking you for your identification and you're filling out these forms. Johnny gives you some grief, but is fine with signing the check. And you ultimately do discover the problem with her bank account, which actually was an error on that wasn't anyone's fault, really. It just had to do with checks that were cashed out of order, and it put a stop on the account, and it fouled up the balance. And so they fixed that, square it all away.
Life in the
Johnny's
90s.
happy. Life in the
Life in the
90s. Johnny's happy with the result. And we'll leave Dr. Neal there, and you can sort of decide what you want to do next. I'll come back to you. Let's go to Vicky real quick. Do you remember where Vicky was?
Depending on the time of day, because she
I
was
remember.
at work. But
Yeah, you went back to work to square things away there. So we'll come back to you later when it's supposed to be the meeting time. Right now, you're just doing postal inspector service work. You have open cases that you're working on currently, and so you're putting in your time now so that you don't have to lay everything on your coworkers.
I am also waiting to hear back from Phil, who I dropped the airline ticket off to. So I said I wanted it by end of day. So before I leave the office, I'm going to check in with him just for later.
Okay. You go over to check in with Phil, and there's his office, like the window that like goes into his office where you like drop things off, sign things in, sign things out, is dark.
Damn it. I knock on the window just to see.
No answer, which by the way is strange and out of the ordinary.
Huh. She looks at her watch, realizing, it's like not Phil would still be here.
It's a little early for him to be gone.
She asks her friend, whose name I can never fucking remember.
I wrote it down one time and I can't find it in any book I look at.
I can't find it out. You want to make up a new name?
I've got Jerry and Pizarro here, and I can't find the name of your coworker. I don't know why.
It was like Rebecca. It was like a normal name.
I think let's just call her Rebecca.
Rebecca. I'm wwriting it down now.
She sounds like a Rebecca.
You can fix it in post.
We can fix it in post. My friend Carly said that.
I think
Joe's voice.
She goes to
Just Joe's voice. Some really bad ADR you're doing over there at the Glass Cannon.
my friend Carly. She goes to Rebecca's office, her cubicle, and she just.
She turns around to you. Hey, what's up?
Hey, question. Weird question. Have you seen Phil?
Phil? Phil left. He said that he was not feeling well, and he said sorry, but he'd be back in the morning. Oh, he hopes, at least. He left early.
Okay. Yeah, I just passed by his window. It was dark. I wanted to make sure everything was all right.
Yeah, I think he was just feeling sick or something. And she turns back around and digs back into her work.
And it's about time to leave, right? Like it's a little early.
4:30-ish, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to pack it in. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
And I leave. And do I have my meeting today? No.
You're meeting with what meeting?
With
You have so many meetings.
Chris. I'm so
The
busy.
meeting with the lawyers is tomorrow.
Is tomorrow,
in the afternoon.
But we're skipping it. I'm going to the park to meet Christopher. Right.
If you skip it, you are going to the park to meet Christopher. Yeah, around 3 p.m.
And then we're all meeting at the Patriot at 6.
At 6, yeah. So she's
happy
gonna
hour at the Patriot.
She's going to call from a payphone. She's going to go outside and call from a payphone. And she's going to call Sarah, who is her AA group leader. Mm-hmm. She's been going to a lot of bars lately with these people, and it's not entirely easy for her. So she's just going to give Sarah a call and check in with her.
Okay. So Sarah picks up the phone and... Hello?
Hi, Sarah. It's Vicky Ricci.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
I'm tired. I'm good. I just wanted to just talk to you. I've kind of been going out with a new group of people, and they're good people. And we're just meeting in a lot of bars, and it's kind of like bringing up some old stuff. And like Christopher has been really adamant lately, and just wanting to like meet up, you know, and I don't want to feel out of control, you know, and I feel like I just feel like a little overwhelmed, you know, so I just wanted to give you a call and just tell you where I'm at. So.
These new people you're hanging out with, I hear a tension in your voice. I mean, you're saying they're good people right away. What does that mean? Why do you have to say they're good people?
That's you're right. I'm not phrasing that correctly. I just mean like, they're not forcing me to go to the bar with them or something. They're not like, you know, let's do shots and bad people in the sense that they're bad for me. I think I got to categorize people sometimes, like who's good for me, who's bad for me, with my disease. So maybe that's not the right categorization. But they're work friends, you know, we're working together. So I have to meet up with them. And it's sort of like the bar is just an easy place to do it, and it's easy for them, and I don't want to make a problem. And I'm
it's a new case.
Yeah, it's a new case. It's a little more, it's a little more confidential, but it's a new case, and I'm sort of leading it a little bit. So it feels like a lot of pressure, you know.
I understand. And the case itself, if it's going to be very stressful, that's a dangerous time. That's a dangerous time, and you have to remember to get your rest and take breaks when you need it. Listen, I have an idea. What are you doing this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the weekend. I've been so wrapped up.
Perfect. I think you need a break, and I am going to be doing an event. I'm not running an event. I'm just part of an event at the New York Public Library this weekend, and I'm going to we're just doing readings and stuff to underprivileged children in the city, and I think it might be good for you. Why don't you come? You could do some readings and hang out with some kids, and that really helps, I think, to lower the stress level, get you that break that you need. It's on Saturday at 9 a.m. at 42nd Street. Do you think you could do it? I could put your name in.
Yeah, you know, I think that would be really good. Yeah, that sounds, yeah, Sarah, you could put my name down. I'll be there. I don't know how long I can stay, but I'll be there.
Oh, it's not very long. Okay, great. Now, Christopher, don't get me started. You know I don't want to be judgy.
Yeah.
But you've been down this road before. You've categorized him before. And be careful about moving those names around on your list. Think very carefully and don't take that decision lightly, right?
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I needed to hear that. Thank you, Sarah. I mean, God, you should be a therapist, you know. You you should be more than just my sponsor, but okay. Oh, as she looks at her watch, I gotta go. I gotta catch the bus. Okay, thank you, Sarah. I'll see you on Saturday. Okay, thank you.
Bye, honey. I'll see you Saturday.
Bye.
Click, and she hangs up. Bam! Add it to your calendar. Another appointment.
This is like real life. This game should be fun.
Next, we'll go to Far Rockaway. A hole in the wall. I think it was O'Hanlon's Irish pub in Far Rockaway. What do we see at the bar, Francis? What's it look like in there?
Sidling up to the bar. It's like 4 p.m. There's maybe 3 or 4 regulars in the bar.
Regulars.
Just real regulars. Like, just not even paying attention to anybody else in the bar. Bobby is posted up about 3 shots, 2 beers deep.
Oof.
Ordering another one. Muttering under his breath. Fucking Janice, just, oh, God, gets under my nerves. Yeah, just drinking it down.
Do you know this place? Have you been before?
Yes, I have. In waiting for Janice to get off work. This is the spot where I'll have a couple drinks, take the edge off until she gets done. But I'm staying a little extra today. I'm going to stay here until I got to meet up with everybody else at Patriots.
Okay.
So
you know the bartender then. His name is Steven. He's maybe mid-60s, white guy, white hair, always been pretty cool, laid back, not too effusive, just like a, get the job done kind of guy. And he gets you a couple rounds, and as you're ordering your fifth drink, which is a little much for your pre-Janice hangs, he just sort of leans on the bar, like, everything all right, bud?
Steve, yeah, it's, same problem, different day, Janice, just getting on my nerves. We just had a big blow up over there.
Picks up a glass, pushes it into the water. What about this time?
I don't know. We were supposed to hang out for lunch. I got a little late. She just got on my nerves. She just got on my nerves. Work's been driving me crazy. I probably blew up a little bit at her. It escalated. It got ugly in front of her coworkers. I might have said some things. I don't know.
For those that forgot from last week, what Bobby said in front of all of her coworkers is that he's been paying her rent and that he's not going to pay it anymore. You could see her crippling embarrassment in the moment, and she started tearing up, and it was very mean, Francis. It was very mean.
Yeah. I pushed some buttons.
A little extreme.
Pushed some buttons.
Right. And then mechanically, what happened is you damaged your bond. You were projecting some of your sanity loss onto your bond. And what is Janice's current bond score? Do you have that written down?
Yeah, I have me and Janice at a 7. We're at a 7 right now.
Out of, what was she before?
We were at 10 before.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
So it took a hit, but you're still at 7. You're still at 7.
You lost 30% of your relationship.
Yeah, it was
One
a
argument.
blow. But I feel like we got something strong. I know it's gonna blow over. I just need some time. Give it some time. I'll make it right. I'll make it right with Janice.
All right. Well, you let me know if you need anything. All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve.
He goes walking down. It's fucking Steve, bro. He goes walking down the other end of the bar. Also, what 65-year-old dude is saying bro in 1995?
Right. Yeah.
Master improvisational artist Joe O'Brien, you are welcome. You're welcome. And he starts walking down the bar, and we see you go back into your drinks, just looking at these empty shot glasses in front of you. It almost seems like Steve didn't pull them away because he wants you to know how many you've had before you continue on. Now let's go back into the apartment as we get closer to 5 p.m. and sitting there flipping through pages is Roger Comstone, who has arrived in cosplay Troy as his aviators go on. He's sitting inside
we have
an apartment where the electricity has been shut off with sunglasses on, reading. What's Roger thinking? What's he doing? What's your next step? What's happening? Talk to me.
Forensic accountant Roger Comstone.
Roger takes off his glasses, just rubs his eyes, and he throws to the floor whatever he had in his hand, and he goes into the bathroom, drops his pants, and sits on the toilet. He lights up a cigarette while he starts to take a shit.
In the sink?
He's sitting on the toilet. He's ashing in the sink.
Roger he only does upper deckers. He doesn't use the normal toilet.
His own way of doing things.
He only does them.
Like, man, he really is a weird guy.
He plays by his own rules. Loose
And he
cannon.
spends 10 minutes cleaning up his own poop. All right, so he sits down to take a dump. He's just smoking a cigarette.
And while he's there, he does lean back and open up the lid of the toilet, if it's not glued shut, to look inside.
He pulls back the tank lid. You look inside. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. A typical ring around the inside from ages of water just sitting there. Particularly now in the last several months, you feel like maybe this toilet hasn't been flushed at all, and the water's kind of sitting there at that level.
He feels like he's getting further away from whatever's in here. He's been in here for hours now, and he's just not making any headway. And then he just kind of gets mad and slams the tank lid back on. Finishes doing what he's doing.
Roll a
flushes.
strength. Roll a strength times 5. I want to see if he puts a crack in the ceramic.
Oh, yeah.
Roll a strength times 5.
A 60 under my strength times 5, which is like an 85 or something.
Yeah, so you bam, you hit it, and you put a hairline fracture in the ceramic top. You can feel it give a little bit, and you know what you did.
He doesn't care. Zips up, flushes, walks back. He's just walking down the hallway, looking at everything. Are there any closets?
Mm-hmm.
Goes over to one of the closets, maybe one he hasn't spent a lot of time in. Just opens it up. Starts peering inside.
Give me a search roll.
Oh, I really wish I put more points in search. Now, if I get that plus 20%, I hit it.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I hit it exactly, a 41 on top of 41.
Nice.
Okay. You open a closet that it seems no one has gotten to yet. And inside of it, you see it's the bedroom closet. You did open the living room closet, I believe, and it was all just like filled with stuff, stuff everywhere. You open up this closet, and it's also filled with stuff, but there's no clothes, just a pile of hangers and a bunch of this, other junk that just is constantly, filling it up. It just looks like another pile of junk. And you turn and notice that on the door, on the inside of the door, is glued, I'll say, epoxied, whatever you want to say, stuck to the inside of the door. And facing you is a piece of paper with what looks like another drawing on it. Now, you've seen sketches around the apartment, especially in the bedroom, and you think maybe this is some things that she worked on. You saw, sketches of like some nudes. There was like a naked woman sketching in a very artistic fashion. There was one that seemed like a woman sitting, looking into a mirror, but there was no face. Like there was a head, but no facial features. Just these weird sort of artistic sketches. This isn't that. This almost looks like a sketch of a map. And I will drop it on roll 20. So
okay.
let's take it to the evidence bulletin board, and I will drop it on the board. Where is it here? Here we go. So that's it.
What? Oh no.
So
Wow.
describe what you see, Roger, to the listening audience.
So it's a note written on the letterhead says Hotel Broadalbin, New York City, which we haven't heard of yet, right?
Correct. You don't know. Yeah, you haven't heard that name.
Okay. but that's just the letterhead. And there's like a hallway leading to a room that is marked with an X and what looks like the abbreviation for elevator. And then next to that is written basement. And then from the elevator is a series of hallways that are drawn in interesting pattern. And at one corner is the initials WL. And then eventually one of the hallway leads to another room with another X that says JL bottle.
What does that mean?
When Roger was walking around looking for the dog, and I went up to the roof and got caught and had to come down the fire escape, did I ever go downstairs or look for a basement? Is this an elevator building?
It is not an elevator building, no. It's a walk-up.
Okay. You said there were a bunch of phone books out front, right?
I will say, though, you did notice, and I didn't mention this, and that's my bad. You did notice you came down a fire escape. Also, let's not forget that you fucked up your ankle.
Yeah.
So your ankle,
right.
like as you're sitting there for hours reading this stuff, it is swelling to a point that is not incapacitating, but it is painful and a pain in the ass. When you came around the side of the building after coming down the fire escape, you had to come back to the front door. When you came back to the front door, you noticed a set of stairs outside that go down to a lower level, a basement level of the building from the outside.
And it doesn't look like that's accessible from anywhere in the building?
Not that you noticed. When you looked across from the phone booth on the first floor where you are, the stairs just went up. The like nice finished carpeted stairs just went up.
You said there were a bunch of phone books in the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I grab one of those and just look at where this hotel broadalbin is?
Sure. You go back down to the lobby area. You open up and out front of the mailboxes, you look, and there are all the yellow pages, just as they were the day before. You grab one, take it back into Abigail's apartment, start flipping through it, and you're looking down the B's, and you get to the BRs, and you get to the BIs, and you get to the B, and there's no listing for a hotel named Broadalbin. Or broadalbin.
What? What?
It's from the future.
Seriously?
It doesn't exist yet.
Oh, maybe there will be one.
Will be
No.
one? Or what?
Oh no.
Why is
No.
Roger time traveling all the time?
Roger
God.
will just grab a piece of scrap paper and recreate the drawing as best he can on it. Write the name of the hotel and everything, and just pocket that.
So you're not removing it from the door. Do you take a picture of it?
Sure.
So you go through the kind of process of cataloging it.
Yeah.
And then you copy it down, but you do not remove it from the door.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go away from Roger there, and that puts us at a time when the rest of you were supposed to meet. Roger, were you intending to go to this meeting?
What time is the meeting, and what time do I have to meet Norma?
You have to meet Norma at 9. This meeting was supposedly at 6. It was after the workday. So you could go do both, theoretically.
Yeah, I'll pop by.
Okay. So the crew gathers at the Patriot. We cut to the Patriot. I wish... You know what? I will. I'm just going to put on some of my fake copycat 90s alternative rock in order to, change it up from this like creepy horror music. Because when you walk into the Patriot, oh man, it's
Some Journey.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish Believe me, Francis, this is one of the largest pains of my business existence, is not being able to just play unlicensed music and just play whatever I want in these shows.
It would make things so much easier and better if we could just play any music we wanted. That would be amazing.
Absolutely. If only artists didn't have to get paid for the work they do.
Jesus.
It would be so great.
The
nerve of these artists asking for payment for their entertainment. So, we come into the Patriot. I have to set the scene for those that are not familiar with the Patriot. First thing you see when you walk in the door is just a ton of Wall Street bros, like everywhere you look. A bunch of loose-tied, suit-wearing 20-somethings that are, that are just loud and obnoxious, pounding beers. You look on as soon as you walk in, you're just hit with the smell of beer on a floor. You know that smell, that exact smell of like spilled beer on a floor. Within a couple seconds, like as you head up to the bar, and there's an upstairs too, you can feel like the stickiness on the floor, and it's 6 p.m. It's not like it's midnight, you know, it's 6 p.m. and it feels almost like it wasn't cleaned from the day before. That's kind of the sense that you get. Happy hour is in full effect. There are specials listed all over the walls, you know, a shot and a PBR for $5 and a bucket of Bud Lights for XYZ. And everybody is sort of just partaking in light beer and shots of cheap tequila and cheap whiskey. There are scantily clad women walking around that are working the place, working the joint, that are walking around with trays filled with shot glasses, several of which are like electric blue and shit like that. And they're walking up to these groups of guys and they're just flirting and trying to get them to just buy more shots. And the guys are going out of their way to keep the woman around without actually closing the deal and just buying the drinks. And you see this going on in multiple corners of the bar. You guys can stay downstairs. You can go upstairs. In either case, the music's going to be equally loud. It's not ear piercing. You can talk. Talk to me about what you guys do.
I feel so bad because we don't know that Sydney's character is an alcoholic. Like he set these meetings that we don't know, so it's just like putting her in this environment. It just feels really awful.
Well, Bobby does not give a shit. He's going straight for the shot girls. He's like, give me two.
He's going straight for the shot girls. Awesome. Is that actually the Patriots kid?
This is the Patriot. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Amazing.
Exactly what it was.
Okay, so Bobby immediately goes to one of the shot girls. She tells you it's $5 cash. You know, pick any shot on the tray, and. Yeah, you gives you a shot. Eventually, you guys find a table, a place to sit. I'll say all four of you are there. I'm going to kick it to Vicky. Vicky, why don't you start this meeting? It's also interesting, the AA thing, because you're also, and this is a thing that we kind of ignore, and that's fine. I don't really care. We're just having fun. But like, remember the importance of like keeping your identity secret. You know, any detail about yourself can narrow things down. I also thought it was so awesome in episode 2 when Roger did some research and found out more about Neal Bachman, got his actual name, and we never followed up on that either. I don't want to push you guys in too many directions, so you do what you want to do, but just that is something that to keep in mind. Is this is supposed to be a Reservoir Dogs kind of situation where you're not supposed to know each other's real identity. So anyway, Vicky, why don't you kick off the meeting? What are you thinking?
Vicky orders a coffee and is drinking a hot coffee at the bar. And she's like, all right, so I had the ticket sent for some testing and haven't heard anything back. And in fact, my guy left early, which is really weird. Usually he stays late. I'm not getting concerned, but I just want to put it out there that we need to be very, very careful about who we include in our discussions and how far our circle travels, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
Roger. Sorry. Go ahead, Bobby. Oh, no, I don't know your name.
No,
go ahead. Go ahead, makeshift.
Good call. Yeah, I sent the Pepto bottle with to the lab without any indications of where it came from. So it's just there shouldn't be anything to trace it back to where it came from or who it's involved in. So it should be good once we get the results back.
Yeah, my only concern is if the results end up being stranger than the object itself, then what? You know, that's just what I'm saying. I don't want to cause more of a problem outside of where there's already a problem. But great. Good. Roger, did you stay longer? Did you find anything else out? Any important information?
I did. I stayed up until just about 33 minutes ago.
Jesus.
Yeah, I broke her toilet too.
That toilet was one day away from retirement, Cumstone.
Any information outside of the toilet?
Yeah, I found a couple of things. Take a look at this.
What'd you find?
And he lays on the table his drawing of the map for the Hotel Broadalbin. I grabbed one of those yellow pages out front. There's no Hotel Broadalbin listed. But it's the map that really interests me. Her building isn't an elevator building, so it probably doesn't relate to where she was living. But then I found this, and I guess I wouldn't have the play, right? Was the place locked on the wall?
No, the play was like scattered in and among a bunch of different things. There's no, like, the pages aren't numbered, and it wasn't in like a pile. So it's actually like, it's hard to tell like what scene is where or where it comes from. So you could carry the pages out.
And then I found this, and he just like throws all these pages on the table. Looks like a play of some sort, and the characters are what was her name? Rebecca?
Michelle.
Michelle? Wait, let me get the play. The character, basically the characters are all people in her life, it seems, which is all well and good until it gets to me being in the play.
You were in the play?
Your name?
Oh wait, they wouldn't know my name.
Who's?
Oh, yeah.
No, you showed us. You showed us.
Roger would know not to say
Who's Roger?
Roger would know not to say that.
Who is that?
Ooh.
So yeah, he'll backtrack and be like, anyways, I don't know what the fuck this means. But I get the
That is
sense that there is, this is gonna sound crazy, another reality somewhere. Maybe that's where this hotel exists. Maybe where this scene is taking place. I don't know. Maybe I'm just drunk.
Maybe I'm not drunk enough. I'm gonna need another shot. You talking about other realities here?
I know it sounds crazy, but I've been having strange dreams. Something about this play just makes me feel like there's something else going on here.
Another reality?
That's what I said.
But wait. Hold on. The ticket had a different date on it. What if we're not talking about another place, we're talking about another time? Maybe this hotel doesn't even exist yet. And if that's the case, I have no fucking idea how to resolve that or what to do with that information. So perhaps, Murdo, maybe you can help.
Oh yeah. So Mrema he's come back from the bar with a grasshopper, which he meticulously explained to the barkeep how to make. And he's just like, okay, let's all just take a step back here. Now, I know that working with these things, this kind of thing, it can play with some of your perceptions. So let's just stick to what we know for now. Because he's done a little bit of this, and he knows how it can, it can twist how you see the world in a way that may not always be productive. Sometimes it can be very productive, but not necessarily. So he's just cautioning everybody not to go too far off the rails with this.
Yeah.
Well, in the spirit of that, let me just come in for a second and say, let's say that Agent Maybelline turns these play pages around, and you start leafing through them, and you see the name Roger, you see the name Michelle, you see the name Thomas. Thomas is in the first scene of the thing that you found. You saw the name Mark. You identified Michelle, I believe, and Thomas as being names of... there was a tenant named Thomas Manuel. There was a tenant named Michelle Van Fitz. As you look at more pages of the play, you see the name Roger and you see the name Lewis. And both of those trigger your memory as also residents in the building. There was a resident in the building named Roger Caroon. And there's a resident in the building named Lewis Post. And from the NYPD files, you're seeing she may have been writing a play involving the people in the building.
She relays this information and, takes out some notes that she had from her apartment when she was, copying everything from the files. Okay. Murdo, you're right. We could be blowing this entirely out of proportion. These are real people, actually. These were all tenants in the building. They're in the files. They were witnesses who were interviewed by the NYPD. Nothing was found. Abigail was an artist. She very well might have been writing an entirely fictional play about people in her life. This could have actually nothing to do with anything. We need to not jump to any crazy conclusions. You're absolutely right, Murdo. It's just a lot going on.
Well, you say they're real people in this play, so to speak. What if it's not a play? What if it's a transcript? Maybe somebody was writing down what they were hearing these people talk about. Maybe there's a bug somewhere in this building.
Well, I see there's also a dog here, though. I didn't notice any dogs in the building.
Could be an ad-lib. Could be a fictional ad-lib. Okay.
Maybe it didn't take place in this building. Maybe it took place somewhere else. And something about her dad, this Mark fella. Do we know if if the dad was ever reached for comment, questioned?
Yeah, he is a NYPD officer, so I don't know.
How convenient.
Well,
he says a little too loudly.
Dad's NYPD.
we should absolutely look into that, though. No one is above the law, and if he's being protected, justice needs to be served. So maybe that's our next move.
Yeah.
Good luck. You're not going to be able to get the entire
maybe
department.
He's the one.
Also, just a quick correction. Sorry, he's not NYPD. He's Long Island. He's Nassau County Police Department.
Okay.
Oh,
Sheriff's Department.
maybe he's the one that paid the rent check for July. That receipt we found with the rent check.
Yeah, we still got to look into that. Who's got that receipt?
Yeah. I think I got that. Here.
All right, what's our next move? Comstone? Or I don't know your name. God damn it.
Yeah.
Messiah. I keep wanting to call you Comstone. Messiah.
Fake
Agent
names.
Messiah.
Well, I've got a prior engagement this evening, so I will actually clock out after a full day's work. But, I don't fucking know. I think we need to, keep combing over this apartment and look into the dad and then try and find out who this Mark fella is. That's all I got.
Right as you say that, you feel a light brush of a couple fingers softly, Roger, on the back of your shoulder. And then you feel the presence of someone coming around your side.
Roger just like throws up an arm real quick.
As you throw up an arm, you knock back the hand of an old, very old Chinese man. And you look down and you see he's holding a bag, and it's filled with CDs, like all different kinds of CDs. And he's just like, you can tell he doesn't speak English, and he's like apologetic and bowing his head, and he pulls out like a bunch of CDs, and he's asking if you want to buy any, basically. And he starts fanning out these jewel cases to you, and you see one is Now That's What I Call Music, Volume 6, and you see a jewel case, and just you see half of it the way he's fanning it out. The outer half of what looks like the hair and body of a clown is like seen in this image. It's like the third one back, and he's just nodding and showing them to you. Like,
so Roger's first instinct is like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Leave me alone.
And then he starts to just like turn toward the other people.
And he's like, wait, come here.
Yeah.
How much for a CD?
5.
5 for one?
5 for one.
No. 5 for 5.
5 for 3. 5 for 3.
6 for 5. 6 for 5. 6 for 5. He pulls out 6
for 11.
All right.
That was the weirdest haggle I've ever heard.
Pulls out 10 singles.
Gives him a 10 spot. This guy lets you pick out of these 40 or 50 CDs he's carrying. You can pick any 10. You see a couple, Now That's What I Call Music's in there. And
do I have that volume 53 or whatever it was? 57?
Yeah, there was volume 53 in the apartment. These are much lower number volumes. And you see this clown one.
Is there any Bush or Pearl Jam or any of the other ones that were?
Yeah.
All right. So if I see any of the ones that were on the wall, I grab those. I grab the clown one, and then I grab all the... Now That's What I Call Music, as many as I can.
Okay, great. So he just moves on.
Get out of here.
It's like, where were we? And Roger was saying he doesn't know what to do. What did you say? You want to maybe look into Mark, look into
the dad. He's like, hold on. What is this shit? Remember when I was a little jumpy when we met in the park? Do you remember?
Who are you talking to when you tackled me? The time you tackled me?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
It's because I saw something that just didn't make any fucking sense. And it was a little tiny dancing clown. Again, I know this sounds crazy, but there's a clown on this CD. And maybe they're not related. But I want to check this out.
Are you drunk?
A little. And what is this CD with the clown on? Is it like Insane Clown Posse?
It's just called Bones. That's what you see in his stylistic art. It just says Bones, and it's kind of like a metal-y kind of font. And then you just see on a pure white background, just like a dancing clown. And it's not the clown you saw. It seems like a full-size man clown.
So he looks at the clown. He's like, I feel like I'm fucking losing it. He just starts cracking jewel cases open one by one and seeing if anything jumps out to him. in all
No,
this
nothing
stuff.
seems to jump out. I mean, it just seems like you bought 11 CDs.
So now he's just like, dop, dop, and he makes that, he like drops them all on the table and makes that CD sound of a bunch of CDs. God, I need a drink. I need another drink. Anybody drink? Let's do four Jamesons. Hey,
No, none for
Missy.
me. I don't want a Jameson.
Can I get
She comes walking over. What can I get for you?
Can I get 4 JMOs, doubles, neat?
Absolutely, but tonight we're running a very, very good special.
I don't
2
care.
for 1.
I want 4 Jameson doubles, neat.
Okay.
Can you swap mine out for just a
Asshole.
seltzer?
No, 4 Jamesons. It's fine.
So she leaves, and
I'll drink the extra.
she's frightened off by Roger, and she walks away.
Do you really think that you should be drinking as we're doing a case? I mean, do you really think that's the proper way to go about this?
Listen, I don't know what the proper way is, but I know what works for me. I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my plate. Why don't you tell Agent Makeshift to tone it down? He looks like he's been drinking since lunch.
Yeah, it's taking the edge off, all right? Just don't worry about my performance. I can handle it.
You don't have to tell me.
Okay. I'm not babysitting anybody is all I'm saying. We're all on the clock. We're all working.
Thanks, Maybelline. Appreciate the look out there.
I'm good with my grasshoppers, though.
Well, more for me, Makeshift, and Maybelline, I guess.
Amen.
And so I'm Murdo. Like he's definitely like he's taking note of Vicky's sort of uncomfortableness with this. So I think he's getting an idea now of what her story is.
What is taking her so long?
Girl comes back. She 4 double Jamesons, and she sets them down and walks away again.
Vicky gets up to go to the bathroom.
As you get up, you push back your chair and you hit a guy who's walking by, 20-something, fratty guy, not really in a business suit, more in like a plaid flannel button down over some khaki cargos, and you bump him, and it hits his beer, and it spills all down your shoulder, and and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck!
Watch where you're going. You just spilled your beer on me.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Pulled back!" And he
Don't you
reaches
fucking
down to-
yell at me. And she just grabs a bunch of napkins and huffs to the bathroom. She's just like,
And Roger stands up right next to the dude.
asshole. What's her fucking problem?
I'm your problem right now. You don't talk to anyone that way, let alone a lady. When she comes back, you better apologize.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. What are you gonna do? You gonna fucking punch me? What are you gonna punch me? And he's like egging you on, doing that obnoxious drunken like hip twitch thing, where he's like, yeah, that's what I thought, pussy.
Come here.
It starts to turn.
Come here.
Nah, fuck you.
No,
and it just starts turning around. No,
I want to tell you something.
no.
And Roger just
He's walking
headbutts him.
Go ahead and roll an unarmed combat.
God.
Blood splatter all over.
53
Nose
under
explodes.
60s.
His head slams into this guy's face, his sandy blonde hair, just like bam! His head goes back. You immediately see blood explodes from his nose, his face, up at his thing. He goes down. He goes backwards, falls onto his ass. He starts scrambling up against the bar. What the fuck? All of a sudden, 2 of the dude's buddies come over, and they're just like, "What's going on?" And they start coming at you.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Bobby's looking into his drink.
Yeah.
Roger turns, pounds the Jameson. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And he just fucking leaves.
Where are you going? Where are you going? These guys like start following you through the bar, and you're just like kind of pushing through to get away from them. All of a sudden, you see a bouncer comes up. It's just like, what's going on? You like kind of like push past the bouncer, and he's looking back past you now at the guys who are like causing them and yelling and stuff like that. And they're just like, that guy, that asshole. The bouncer looks back at you. And you walk out the front, and he doesn't give a shit as long as you're not there. So he's just like, you know, and they're like, hey, he hit my buddy. Ba-da-da-da. Guy's just like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And Roger's gone. Vicky, you come back from the bathroom. There's no Roger. You see a guy with like an ice in a napkin like on his face. His buddy's the guy who had just like talked shit to you. You come back to the table. And the other two agents are still there.
She took her blazer off because it was covered in beer, and she has like a slight wet spot on her button-down shirt that she was trying to like blow dry in the bathroom. And she sits down, eyeing the guy with the bloody nose, and she goes, "What the hell happened?"
That was Messiah. He was teaching your friend there some manners that looked like.
He did that for me?
I think so.
It looked like he might have done it a little bit more for himself.
What did you say, Skip?
It didn't look like he knew the young man.
So good.
Seemed to be a reaction to whatever happened between the two of you.
This day.
Would you rather go somewhere else?
Maybe we could go somewhere a little more quiet to actually get work done. I mean,
Yeah. No, I'm sorry about that. I thought maybe this would just be sort of an unexpected way to throw people off our trail narratively, but
No.
let's go to a coffee shop or let's go to a little quieter cafe, like right around the corner from here. Let's go there instead.
Yeah.
That bouncer keeps eyeing us now anyway. I think we should probably just skedaddle. You know what I mean?
Vic, yeah, you turn, you look. This huge, jacked African-American dude's just like, just staring at you.
Just like staring us down.
maybe,
Just
maybe we wrap it up. Let's just wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's check, please.
Sounds good.
I put some money on the table.
Yeah, let's just pay in cash.
What about the Jameson doubles? Do they just get left? Bobby
No.
just...
Bobby's on cleanup. Bobby's on cleanup. All right, yeah. Let's go get a cup of coffee.
Bobby's on cleanup. Bobby's on cleanup.
Clean up on aisle Bobby.
Let's get it started. All right. Let's do some work here.
That is amazing. Okay, so as you guys head out, you go to a quieter place. Bobby, I want you to let's focus in some penalties here. Let's take a penalty to Dex Strength. 20%. These are just 20% penalties to Dex, Strength, Intelligence, and we will. We'll
I don't know
boost
about strength.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Dex and
no
Intelligence, and then let's increase your Strength and your PAL.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Awesome.
Increase your Strength and your PAL 20%.
Bobby's lit.
So you'll have bonus. You're not actually increasing them. You have bonuses to these at this time. So there you go.
Right,
And you start. You guys head out. Now let's follow Cumstone. You guys go to a coffee shop. Cumstone, you're like an hour away from this meetup, so not really much time to kill. You could.
Well, I want to go
just get going.
change.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna head back to my apartment. And we're down in Tribeca, so I have a ways to go. So I'm gonna have to catch a.
An A.
Actually, I can take it express. If I can find a 2-3, I'll take it to 96th Street.
Okay, so you take a 2-3 to 96th, skip most of the Upper West Side, and then you get back to your apartment, and there's Jimmy.
I walk in and I.
You see he's there's his feces is all over the cage, and there's no food in his thing, and he's just like,
All right,
Fuck.
he cleans up the feces, puts in fresh litter. I don't know what a fucking parrot has.
Litter.
Put some newspapers at the bottom, or
newspaper.
No, there's actually
Newspaper.
a little bird toilet in there, I think.
Yeah. But Roger broke it in a fit of rage.
he fills up the
toilets, Cumstone.
fills up the feeder with bird seed, but then he goes over to the refrigerator and pulls out a tomato and cuts up the tomato into small slices, and then comes and feeds it to Jimmy with his hands. Jimmy likes tomatoes. And then
Jimmy's
he
pecking at his weird, thick parrot tongue.
he says, "I'm sorry, buddy. Been real busy. I'm heading out again tonight, but
The wrong music going.
I'll be back. If not later tonight, by tomorrow morning. Here, eat your tomatoes. That's right."
Tomatoes.
Eat the tomatoes.
They love tomatoes. Birds, they can't get enough.
Is that what parents eat?
Eat your tomatoes. Then he goes over to the bathroom. He takes his shirt off. He's huge. And he just splashes some cold water on his face and looks to see if he did any damage to his head. He tried to like hit him with the top right part of his head, so he wouldn't do any damage to himself, and maybe it's a little bruised and tender. So he fixes his hair, puts on some deodorant, and then goes over to his closet, and he has one suit hanging on a hanger, and
One
it's a
giant
little,
suit.
It's a little rumpled. Yeah, it's big. It's like a 52
Double wide.
52 large.
It's like David Byrne's suit, but he fills it out.
Yeah, with the big shoulder pads out to like here.
Puts it on as like a long, thin black tie, and
Double-breasted.
he looks pretty slick. He looks good. You've never really seen him dressed up like this. And he looks at his face, and he's got a little stubble on there, but he doesn't want to clean it up. So then he walks over to the kitchen and opens a cabinet, and there's like half a bottle of bourbon and half a bottle of brandy in there. And he looks down at his hand. His hand is like a little unsteady. And so he takes a glass, puts it down on the table, grabs the bourbon, and starts to pour. And then he stops and just drinks straight from the bottle. Puts it down, and then finishes what little bit was in the glass. And he just kind of looks up. And he heads out.
Then we'll cut to Roger out front where he's supposed to meet Norma. Be out front of her building, we'll say. And she comes out the door and it's just like stunned, hand on her heart at how good you look. You never like get dressed up. She hasn't seen you clean up. She's like, who is this incredibly handsome man out here? You clean up nice.
It's me, Roger Cumstone.
It can't be Roger Cumstone.
I'm telling you it is.
Pull down your glasses. I don't believe you. It's 9 p.m.
Pulls down his glass.
She's like,
Sad eyes.
you look amazing. And she looks really good too. She's obviously went out of her way to get done up for this. She gives you a kiss on the cheek and is like, come on, let's go. And you're whisked away by her to this party. She leads you on down into the subway. You can tell she has also been doing a little pre-gaming. There's a little, your alertness is so high, and I just have that mean like all of your senses kind of. And she's got a little bit of vodka on her breath, and she's just keyed up and ready to go. Is excited for this party. And you guys are like talking, laughing on the subway, or she is at least, and then you get on and you go across the river into Queens, into Long Island City. And then you get out in Long Island City and you're walking along, and you meet up with some other friends, and then they lead you to this warehouse that's in LIC. You're under the L, and just off to the side is this kind of warehouse. And as you get close, you see lots of people and lots of cars, and there's like a kind of traffic because of this thing. And from the entrance of this shitty looking warehouse from the outside, you see what looks like a carpet, like a red carpet rolled out in front of it, and all these like well-dressed young people. Some are older people, but mostly young, some middle-aged, rolling into this place, all well-dressed. She walks you in, and immediately you get the sense of a large open space, lots of people, and you hear a DJ is playing. And she gets you in, and you guys get like a table off to the side, and you just see like a lot of well-dressed people that are all sort of, it's kind of businessy, but it's also kind of, a party. And hold on, let me bring in some tunage here. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. And so you come in, and suddenly you hear this music blasting, and there's all these just like young people dancing out on the floor. There's lighting, there's like fog, there's like all kinds of shit going on. And she is explaining to you kind of the whole way there that this is a work party, that they're throwing this party for a bunch of clients, and it's all like all these top people in New York City are kind of coming to this thing that are attached to this agency. And she's super psyched because they have booked 9 Inch Nails to play at this event tonight. And that's what's like the buzz on everybody's lips. It's like, hey, 9 Inch Nails played at our work party. But you can tell it's way more than an average work party. Like, there's a lot of money getting put into this thing. And but this all seems to just be warm up. You order a round of drinks. What is Roger thinking? What is he saying? You're at a table and you're crunched in. There's like other people there too that are like friends of hers from work.
He's very, very uncomfortable. He hasn't taken his sunglasses off because it allows him a little bit of a barrier between him and this situation that he is not at home in. He's looking at other people's suits and feeling underdressed because he knows his suit is like old. And got it from like a consignment store. Wonders if he should have like had it pressed, but he spent too much money on alcohol, and so he didn't. And he left in the shower for a couple hours and didn't really do anything. So he's just sitting there. And it's the 90s, so you can smoke inside. So he's just like railing cigs. And he's distant.
Butts.
He's distant, and I imagine she notices.
So she turns and she's like, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. She's just talking loud because it's so loud in here, but she turns away from her friends, and it's just like, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no. Do you know what time this gets out?
I don't know. They're supposed to come on soon, I think. When is 9 Inch Nails coming on? So the guy's like, 10 maybe. Like, it's supposed to be on soon, like real soon. Why? Are you not having fun? Do you want to dance?
No. I'm having a fine time. I don't want to dance though. I just got to get up early for this project that I'm working on.
No way. Not tonight. Tonight, you are letting loose. You're always so high strung. Sorry, I'm having some audio issues here. I don't know what that is. It sounds terrible. She turns to you. Sorry, I'm just going to do this. Let's see if this works.
I actually thought that was music from the night.
I know, was right? It just kind of sounded like it a little bit.
It's in the club right there.
Yeah, in the club. I think I've kind of fixed it. It's fine. she turns to you. She's like, no way, you're not leaving. Not tonight. Tonight you are staying out. And she reaches into her like vest. She has like a little vest pocket thing. And she reaches into it. And you see she gets really close to you. And she kisses you on the mouth.
Whoa.
And then she pulls back. And you see she's holding a little pill that has, it's a yellow pill with a smiley face on it, little 2 black dots and a little smile. And she's just like, tonight you're hanging out with me. And she like goes to put it into your mouth.
Oh my God.
No. And he puts his hand up. He's like,
I
don't like to mix my poisons. Thanks. Why don't you enjoy the night with your friends? It was great to meet them, put faces with names, but I'm pretty tired and I think 9 Inch Nails sucks. So why don't you have fun with your friends and your drugs? And I'll call you tomorrow.
Are you kidding? Come on.
Yeah, I'm really tired. I got this thing I'm working on, and it's really messing with my head. I'm just gonna be a drag.
This'll change all of that. It'll clear your head. I'm telling you, please, just
That's what
try
I thought
it.
this would do as well, and it's not doing the trick.
Oh, that's not this. This'll do the trick. Come on.
I can't do it. Can't. And I'm sorry.
And do you just leave?
Yeah, he's like, I'll call you. I'll call you. And he's just like abandoning her at this point.
And you can see she's like pissed. Just pissed. Ice cold pissed. And you leave and make your way out of the building and head out onto the street. Are you cabin? Are you subwaying? How are you getting back?
Yeah, he'll take a cab, and he's actually going to take a cab to a bar near his apartment. There's a bar on 92nd and Broadway called Cleopatra's Needle. It's a little jazz bar. He's going to go in there with purpose.
Okay. So then we'll fade away from the Raj and go back to what happens with the rest of Bobby's. Oh no, you guys are going to a coffee shop. So talk to me about the coffee shop. Where do you go and what happens there? Sydney, what's happening there?
I think now that it's quiet, they're also being a little more hush hush. Like at the bar, it's like they talk openly, but now everything's a bit more coded, vague. But Vicky is proposing that they go to the apartment again tomorrow to search more, and also to find out who wrote the check for the rent receipt.
Yes. Bobby slurs. That sounds good. That sounds great. I think that's a great idea.
Murdo, do you think we should call Makeshift a car?
Yeah.
You can call me Makeshift. My name's Makeshift. Don't call me a freak car.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe you've had enough investigations for tonight. Makeshift. Seem a little tired, maybe.
If you guys are going to be lightweights about it, yeah, fine. We'll shut it down. We'll shut it down.
Okay. Yeah.
We're in a coffee
you
shop.
Can't hang.
Yeah.
You can't hang. You know, this place is lame anyway. You don't have a bar in here with you.
Like an espresso or something.
It's espressos. He's
And truly, this is a little bit uncomfortable for Vicky, like on a personal level, to see someone this fucked up and like out of control. And she
I'm triggered.
really tries not to put herself. It's not even the drinking, but it's like this. Like seeing someone like this because it's immediate feelings of like guilt, and like that's how people see her, and that's how she's been, and like all this stuff like resurfaces. So she's getting a little bit more uncomfortable, and she's kind of like tapping her high heel on the ground, like up and down, up and down, up and down, and she's packing the papers, and she keeps checking her watch. I think I might head home for the night though, if that's our plan for tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't like told anyone about the security box yet.
Totally.
So, but he's looking. So right now, looking at Makeshift, like he doesn't want to tell him anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he won't tell anyone this drunk anything this secret. So he's just, he really just kind of wants to talk to Vicky alone for a minute if he can figure out how to do it. But if it seems like, you know, they're just dispersing, then
I feel like Bobby would get the hint, like I'm the drunkest person, so I'm going to try and save face and just kind of creep out of here. He's like, all right.
Just got to slink out.
You guys, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. At the apartment.
Do we have phone numbers? Do we have like contact information for each other?
Hey,
you tell me.
Do we have the
Do you want to
Pagers.
share contact information? I mean, you're not given like any way to do that particularly. So you could give your phone number if you want, but there's that
Why don't we
risk.
just do burner pagers?
Yeah.
Like we just each have like a set of pagers that we only use for this, also so we don't fuck up and like intermix work and stuff.
Yeah, actually, why don't I have brought four pagers from my office at some point? So something I use for production.
Sure.
So, and then like I will have passed those out, like maybe tonight, like maybe I pass them out like at the Patriot.
That works.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you guys will
right, sweet.
all be considered to have pagers, and you have each other's number if you ever want to just ping each other and then get a call back. And Bobby slinks out to call it a night, with the intent, to go to the apartment in the morning, right, Bobby? You're going to meet them at the apartment in the morning?
Right. Yeah. That's, I think, where we left it. Yeah.
Okay. And we leave Murnau and Maybelline.
So there was one sort of strange thing that happened. I had some
Can you
personal.
give me 2 seconds? Sorry, give me 2
Oh
seconds.
yeah. No. Please.
And Vicky's gonna run across the street to a bodega and buy a pack of cigarettes and chain smoke a cigarette like really fast and come back inside.
Oh, okay.
Just fucking.
Just the tension, like, the whole. I mean, what a day and night! Holy crap!
Because Murnau's smoking too. Like he's got his cigarette
Oh,
out.
yeah, maybe we're outside like walking, to the
Yeah, or like waiting for
Subway
cabs or something. Yeah. So and maybe I give you a cigarette.
Oh, even better. Do you have an extra? Could I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Sure. Of course. Hope you don't mind Newports.
No, that's honestly great. Perfect.
So anyway, I'm really sorry. You seemed a little uncomfortable in the whole environment there with the drink ordering and all that.
It's just not my scene. It used to be, but I try not to anymore. Just a personal thing, but I mean, it's totally fine. I'm like, it's all right. And I also, from a professional perspective, like I don't think that we should be getting entirely sloshed while trying to work on this. One, it's dangerous, and two, it is unprofessional. And granted, we're all adults. I'm not babysitting, but it's just something to think about.
It's true. Well, in my experience, there's a line to be struck. Too much alcohol is obviously a terrible thing in this line of work, but a little bit of alcohol can form a little bit of a buffer against some of the things that we end up seeing and dealing with. I found.
That's valid. Everybody has their own way to cope. So
Yeah. Message received. Anyway.
sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was conducting some personal business at the bank on the Upper East Side, and they seemed to know me there. I don't bank there. They knew me. They knew my name, a real name, and they led me to a safety deposit box and said that they were expecting me. I, of course, didn't have my own key for it. I had no idea what they were talking about. I tried to play it off. So now I'm in the process of waiting for one of these keys, a replacement, so I can see what the hell's in there. But it was also, by the way, it was safe deposit box number 333. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will.
I fucking love Dr. Neal Bachman so much. I love him so
It's great.
So funny.
By the way, it is 3033.
Oh, 3033.
30.
Just yeah. Anyway,
Agent Murdo, why are you telling me this and why didn't you tell the other agents?
Well, I had every intention of telling everybody about it, but then Messiah headbutted that young man in the bar. And Makeshift was in no condition to handle anything of this nature.
He
So.
head-butted that guy?
Yeah. I don't know. He seems to have taken a shine to you.
I don't think that's it. I don't think so. That's so
he
funny.
really-
That's really funny. You're funny. You're kind of a funny one. I can tell. You're like a funny guy. Is that
No,
like kind of your
stop.
thing? No, really.
No, some people call me funny. I don't know. Nothing intentional.
What about this this banking though? You're gonna go back there?
Yeah, so I think they said it would take 4 days or so to go get this resolved. When you go back to the apartment, be on the lookout for those little keys, you know? Be on the lookout for anything like that. Maybe that's what we're looking for. I can go there a little early. But other than that, I think I'm not of much use to you people digging through newspapers at this apartment. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to go check out the Mercury Gallery in the village. Because she had a show there, so I'm gonna go. I think I might know someone there, so I'm gonna go check that out, and I'm gonna go take the time to develop the photos that I took because I'm very curious, getting a closer look at some of the things that I did see.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, a good use of your time. Thank you for tonight.
Okay.
And
Are you
Yeah,
good for cash? You good? You need money for cab or?
I'm
You
fine.
okay?
I'm gonna take the bus.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah. I like the bus.
Okay.
It's
1995. I don't know if it's a great idea, but
I'll be fine. I like the
Okay.
bus.
okay.
I'll look for the keys tomorrow, and I'll page you if I find anything.
Okay. All right. We'll be in touch. Bye.
Good night,
And he-
Murdo.
And he walks off down the street, cigarette smoke trailing.
love it. I love the image. So good. Okay, let's go back to a jazz club. Is that what this is, Roger?
It's a small little bar that has a stage that like a trio could play on. And so
okay.
maybe
All right, so a jazz trio is
Yeah.
This is a
playing.
real
Yeah, what do we
place,
see?
right?
Yeah, it's a real
Cleopatra's
place.
Needle?
Yeah, I remember that name, Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Needle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right on the corner of 92nd and Broadway, and Sir Roger's sitting
wow,
at the
yeah.
bar, and it's just like
Oh, I've been there. I've been to this place.
it's very small, so it's
Yeah, I
it's,
like that place.
it's
Okay.
it's great. I think it's still there. I mean, I don't know, I haven't been at that area forever.
It's over by my sister's apartment. It's right over. Yeah.
And he's going through the pager numbers, and he stops on Agent Maybelline's number, and then he just puts his pager back in his pocket, orders another drink, and is ashing, and he looks across the bar, and there's an older woman sitting there. It's just it's older than him, maybe like not older. She's probably like late 30s, early 40s, and she's smiling at him. He smiles, and then we cut to his apartment, and he's having intercourse with her.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We just
Sure.
pan from just like I mean, a really intense sex scene.
Very graphic.
Really graphic, where he is just like, you just see his hulking back from behind, just like going to town. And there's like weird music playing in the room. And we cut over to Jimmy, who's just eating like the remains of old tomatoes. So sitting in the newspaper. And then we cut over to the CD player, and you see the jewel case with the clown on it, Bones. And he's playing that CD. It was the one CD he took while he's banging his broad.
I can't believe. Oh my god. That is frightening.
Wow.
Comes there and just grabs a random CD, and he's like, "Make love to the CD."
It's all like Calliope music.
Oh my god.
We'll fade to black on that.
You should have want to yes and this one, Joe.
Yes and this one. Okay, we'll fade to black on that. I mean, an intense sex scene with the clown music.
With the clown.
And
That's why I love it.
And we'll hear it's a dark screen. Screen's completely dark. And we fade up on Roger in bed. And he's laying there in the darkness, asleep, on his back. His broad, just shredded pecs up in the air. A sheet covers his lower half. Thank God. Roll unnatural.
It's tented and hitting the ceiling.
Oh my God.
Next to him is this woman, face down, sleeping on her stomach. We see her naked back. Her hair is a little mussed up. And we just hear very clearly, no music, we just hear very oddly, very clearly, Roger in the room. Roger, wake up. And Roger's eyes open. Roger, you look and you can see Jimmy looking right at you.
What?
Your eyes are open and you're unable to move any part of your body.
No. Oh no.
This bird looks you in the eye and is just like, we have a problem, Roger. We have to talk. And you're unable to move anything. And your eyes scan away from the bird. And standing fully at the other corner of the bed is the clown from the CD, just looking at you.
God, dude.
And then like all of the feeling comes back to your body. And you sit up and there's no clown. And Jimmy's just pecking away.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
And then we fade out from that.
God.
Is there a problem with the tomatoes?
We have to talk about these tomatoes.
Jimmy demands different food, Roger.
Why have you given me tomatoes?
Why are you giving me tomatoes, Roger?
I know birds don't eat tomatoes.
You know birds don't eat tomatoes, Roger.
I'm sick, Roger. The tomatoes made me sick.
Now we see a party. At first sight, it's almost similar to what Roger was at, in that there's all these like finely dressed people all around, smiling faces, tables, people dancing, everybody's happy. But instead of DJ music and fog and flashing lights, we see kind of like a ballroom floor and very, not quite black tie, but very nicely dressed people dancing at what appears to be a wedding. You see white flowers and centerpieces on all of the tables. You see what looks like a head table at the front of it. And a couple sits there, a woman in a bridal gown, a man next to her in a tuxedo. Flanking out to their side seems to be a bridal party, and they're all eating at this table that's on a slightly raised stage. We can see that the woman in the gown is Vicky Ricci, and the man is Christopher. But as our camera slowly turns, we focus in on a side table. And at this side table, there is a smattering of people. You can tell it's late in the wedding now. Most of the seats aren't taken. Maybe people are up dancing. But sitting at the table is Vicky Ricci in a nice dress, not in a bridal gown, almost as if she is an attendee at her own wedding. Next to her is Christopher. And he's drunk and he's loudly sort of talking to somebody. Vicky's got a drink in front of her, and he just sort of stands up, bumps into Vicky, and is just like, I'm going to go get another one. Do you need anything?
No, I just got mine.
All right, I'll be right back. And he gets up with this guy that was sitting at the table with you, and the two of them just walk away. And as you watch them walk away, you see the guy who Christopher is walking with is holding a briefcase, which seems odd. And they walk away across this dance floor to like a side bar. Within a moment of Chris ordering something, you see a small gaggle of young women come up, and they start ordering something at the bar. And we watch Vicky watch Christopher immediately turn into all charm Christopher, and he just starts flirting with these women, so obviously, from across the dance floor. How does that feel to Vicky? What does she think when she sees that?
Immediately, like, pang in the chest. And not surprising, but, like, the pain still hurts. And she also is like, don't cry at this wedding. Like, don't cry in front of other people. And then she looks at the drink in front of her.
Jesus.
And she's like looking at the bar, looking at the drink, and she's going to just down it.
Oh, wow.
Well, in order for you to do something here, this is going to be a little bit of a mechanical thing. In order for you to do something, anything, you need to succeed at a power ×5 roll.
Okay. Am I trying? Okay, well then if I'm rolling for it, can I roll to not
do it?
Drink it?
Sure.
Okay. Oh. That's gonna be... Oh, wait, no. That's the worst one.
Oh, no.
Critical fail?
Wait.
You're going to be dancing on the table.
I always forget. With the percentile dies, is the 0, 0, 0, or is that 100?
That's 100.
Okay, I didn't do that. I rolled the 10.
Oh.
I rolled the 10.
Okay.
Under 65. For a second, I was like, I just maxed out.
Yeah.
You look down at this drink and you can see the condensation around it. It's so welcoming to help you forget for a second as you turn back and look. And now you see his hand is on one of their shoulders. He's just like blah, 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 and laughing with them. And that painful feeling that you get in your chest feels so real. And I can tell you now that you're at your own wedding. I can tell you as a player that you are in a dream, and you, in order to do anything, you're going to have to succeed at these rolls. If you succeed at 3 rolls before you fail at 3 rolls, you will know you are in a dream and be aware of like how to deal with it. But for right now, it feels very real to you. At that moment, you look at the drink and you hold off. Your willpower holds in and you don't take a sip of it. And you hear from across the table, all of a sudden the music comes back into your ears and you hear a woman's voice say, "They left us."
I look across the table.
You look across the table and you see Abigail Wright sitting across from you.
Whoa.
And she's got a bottle of beer in front of her and she's holding it with both hands and she nods over to the 2 men and she says, "They left us." And you turn and look and you see Christopher is in the midst of this flirting, and you see standing next to him with his back to you is a man holding a briefcase.
Vicky says, "Who's the guy with the briefcase?"
Just my date.
Oh, who is it?
Man.
Look at him.
And Vicky is like, "Your name is Abigail."
Roll willpower. Or power, I should say. Roll power.
Times 5.
Man.
Nope. That's... Oh, no. I thought that was an 8. That's 61 under 65.
She says, "No, my name's Abby, but my dad calls me Abigail."
I bet he does.
Who's your date?
Ezra.
Ezra.
Ezra? Was he on the
It's
play?
nonsense.
It's nonsense, yeah.
It didn't
Can't
really
hear the
come
word.
out to you, but in this state, you seem to understand what was
Yeah.
said.
I want to walk up and try to turn the guy around.
Get a look at his face.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to stand up from the table, roll power.
This is no.
I love that these are rolls like to lucid dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
That one, no, that's too hard. I guess it's 73 over 65.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
You want to get up and see this man, but instead you're just zoned for a moment and I'm doing it, but you can't see it on screen. But Abigail is tapping her finger on the table, and it seems oddly loud to you, and it has some sort of a rhythm to it. And instead of getting up, you stay an extra second, and you're sort of drawn in by this tapping. And then she suddenly stops and is like, "Should we dance?"
Yeah, let's dance.
Roll power. She starts to get up from the table.
Okay, I just have to roll. Yes, 61 under 65.
Nice.
The two of you
nice.
get up and you start moving to the dance floor, and you look up at the man with the briefcase. And he's not next to Christopher. Now you see a woman next to Christopher, leans up right next to his ear and whispers something in his ear. Way too close for comfort. This blinds you for a second, And when you blink, the man with the briefcase is not next to him.
I look around. I just look around the dance floor.
You look around and you see he's walking away. And you can see him heading out the door of the ballroom.
Go get him.
I run after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You run after him?
Like slow motion dream.
Yeah.
And
Running
wait,
in
do
molasses.
Does she know that because I rolled 3 times, does she know that she's dreaming now?
No, you had to succeed. And
I did.
three consecutive. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you have to
consecutive.
succeed 3
Okay.
consecutive. Yeah. So yeah, you're telling this story with me, but you're not lucid dreaming right now as Vicky. You don't know exactly what's going on. So go ahead and roll power to chase after him out of the place.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's going to be a 45 under 65.
45. You run after him and you see him get to the doors and disappear through the doors. As you get to the door, you open it up and you see a hallway. You open the door and there's just a hallway to the left and a hallway to the right. And it's just like door on both sides in either direction. And you can't see the end of it in either way. But on one way, you see him walking again away from you. But now he seems even further away than he was when you first started running after him at the door.
She's going to yell out, Abby needs you.
Roll power.
That's going to be a 10 again, under 65.
10 under 65 is 3 in a row.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
You yell this to him, and then you see him turn, open a door, and walk into it. When, at that same moment, you realize you're dreaming, suddenly there is no music. And there is no hubbub of the sound of a party or people having fun at all.
So creepy. I think she's just going to sprint towards that door. Now she knows, and she has more control over the dream a bit. Mm-hmm. And she's like, he's in that room. That's a room. I'm going there.
Okay. You start running toward that room, and then you just hear crystal clear behind you, where the door that you had come from. You hear, you left Abigail. Like almost exactly in the measure that you said it. Or you left Abby, whatever you said. I think you said you left Abby. You left Abby from behind you.
She turns around.
And you see Abigail standing behind you alone. And around the floor at her feet is a snake just circling her. And you snap awake in your bed.
She's sweating. Her pixie cut is like matted down on her head, just like sweat. Oh my God.
That was pretty good. There was some good power rolls.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Whoa.
That's
That
a
was
really
Powerful person.
That's a fun little dynamic though. Like dream.
Yeah,
so
that's a
creepy.
cool.
Like you have control, but you don't really have control.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like this dice. Somebody gave this to me at one of the live shows actually that I went to with you guys, the tour.
Oh.
Yeah, Naish.
I love this little dice.
Nice.
All right, so let's go to the next day. Everybody at the apartment again. Bobby, how are you feeling? A bit of a hangover there at the apartment in the morning?
Yeah, a little bit. Bobby pops a couple of ibuprofen, a couple of pills from an nondescript prescription bottle as well. And he's ready to go.
Okay. You guys all get back together and get back to work.
Roger brings a coffee for Agent Maybelline.
Oh,
Thank you. She takes it. Is it just black?
It's poison. No, I'm just kidding. It's black coffee. Thanks for the coffee the other day.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
So what are we doing here?
Okay, so now Skid is
Murnau's not
Murnau is not there.
Murdo's not there.
The three of you are there, and just talk to me about priorities here in terms of the morning investigation. What's the thing you want to do? Just keep looking. That's an option. But there's other more specific things if you want. It's up to you.
I think also Vicky just lets everybody know Murnau is working the beat downtown, trying to figure out the gallery stuff, and that he'll page us later.
I'm specifically looking for like hidden spaces, floorboards that are creaky, spaces in the walls that shouldn't be, opening up the light box, like the circuit breaker in the apartment to see if there's a secret thing behind it. I'm looking for what's not out in the open.
Okay. What about the other two?
Keys.
Sorry,
Just looking for keys to like Murnau mentioned the lockbox, but also now I'm thinking if there's a hotel room, like all this other stuff that we keep finding that we can't figure out, perhaps there is keys that would help us figure out what it is.
Okay, great.
And Bobby's still trying to figure out. Well, actually, it's about time to pick up the Pepto bottle and find out what the results of tests were. And Bobby also wants to track down the management company as well to find out who paid that rent check.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good time for Bobby to break off and get that done, or get those things done.
Okay. So you are going to break off as well. Okay.
Yeah, go back to the CIA headquarters, or to pick up the Pepto bottle results.
The results on that are going to be later today. Like they wouldn't be first thing in the morning. You could, though. The building management is open. You could go right there if you'd like.
All right. Yeah, I'll go right there. Check it out.
Okay, let's go there. You go to the building management office. It's at 23rd and 3rd. It's called Art Life. And you go in and buzz in the door, and there's a little camera there, and then you get buzzed in. And as you walk in, you see that behind it's a very small office with a potted plant in the corner and just a sort of glass, like I would say bulletproof glass, but it's not that ridiculous, but just like a glass partition. And then sitting behind it is a young-ish African-American woman, maybe 30s-ish. And she's just like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, Bobby turns on the charm. Yeah, hi, how you doing? Good morning. I am...
Take your glasses off on the rope.
Yeah, I'm taking... Slow glass takeoff. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
The name is, and we're using our aliases, right? We're agents makeshift right now, like or to like.
No, I don't think I would outside. I don't know.
Okay.
It's up to you. But makeshift sounds like a made up name. It might cause suspicion.
Yeah.
But if you just say you're with the FBI and show
that's
your ID,
okay.
that might get you further.
Hey, hi, how you doing? Thanks. The name is, or rather, I'm with the FBI. I'm just following up on a couple of leads here. We got this receipt here for a payment for one of the apartments that your company manages. Just trying to track down who might have paid this particular rent with this receipt here. Can I show her the receipt?
Yes. Okay. Sure. Let me see the receipt. And she takes it from you through this little slot that you can pass it through. And she looks at it and she's immediately confused. She looks back up at you, back down at the receipt. Abigail Wright. Are you investigating her kidnapping?
Yes. Yeah, we are.
This is not one of our receipts. She's looking at it, scanning it over. That's very strange. We don't use receipts like this for rent, and there is no apartment 10B in the McAllister building. I'm not sure what this is. I'm sorry, I can't help.
Sorry, you're saying that her apartment 10B is not supposed to be in that building?
There is no 10B in the McAllister building, I can tell you that much. She was in apartment... She gets out a book, flips through a few things. 1A.
Oh. Did we know that? Did we...
Yeah, is that right? That's right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a follow-up question for this because I feel like there's more to find out. So this isn't one of your receipts, and the McAllister building does not have a 10B. Is there anything else? Can I take back the receipt and take a look at it again? I want to look at see what else.
Yeah, just look on roll 20. It's still sitting there if you want to examine it any closer. She just says, we don't use receipts like that. I'm sorry I can't help you. She can also say it's very strange, too, that it's July.
Yeah.
Abigail has been missing since June. And she wasn't paying her rent at all long before that, so.
Wow, okay.
There's another apartment.
Abigail. There's got to be another apartment building. So.
Or it's the hotel. Albin.
And we still can't read the signature at the bottom, right? We can't see what that is.
Yeah, she's like, I don't recognize this signature either.
Wow.
Hey.
So the receipt doesn't have an address on it though, right? It just has the apartment number.
Yeah.
So this could be a completely different apartment.
Yeah.
That just somewhere in the city. Or somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know.
But we definitely found it in Abby's apartment.
Found it in her apartment.
I mean, her name is on it also.
And her name's on it.
Her name is on it, yeah.
Also, I think one thing Bobby would pick up on as an analyst, no small details get by old Bobby, is that she said it's funny that this receipt is from July. She went missing in June, and she hadn't been paying rent long before that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, let's ask about that. So sorry, she stopped paying rent? How long ago did she stop paying rent?
And she seems hesitant, almost like she's not supposed to share that information with you, but you're a federal agent, so she's, well, to her, you're a federal agent. Yeah. And so she's like, she sort of turns the book, and you could lean over and look at the book, this ledger, and you can see into the ledger, and you see that Abigail Wright is marked as having overdue rent since March of 1995, and that she had not been paying rent for months before June.
March, April, May.
Roll a search roll.
Okay. All right. I got a 51. Shoot. Oh, wait. We were adding the 20% still for search?
No, that was for searching the apartment.
No. Oh, damn it. Okay, yeah. That 51 over 21.
Okay. So with that, you look over her shoulder and you see the names of the people that you guys were talking about in the bar yesterday in this ledger as well. Thomas Manuel, Michelle Van Fitz, Louis Post, Roger Caroon. You see all these names listed down under, and it says the McAllister building, at the top of the thing.
Did we have their names before? Can I write them all down so we have like their full names?
Yeah, you had their names. You had the NYPD's names, yeah.
Okay.
One named Mark.
But there's something here. There's something here that you're missing.
Something else
you failed.
here.
You failed a roll, but there's something here you're missing.
Damn it. Shit. Wait,
Arrest
I
her.
can't take this book. Can I take this book? Can I take the ledger? Can I? Maybe I convince her I need it for research.
Just start shooting.
So we can-
Just start wildly shooting, and in the chaos, you can make off with like everything.
She says,
Yeah, no.
She
Yeah.
says, no, you can't take the book, but I could make a copy of this for you, of this page for you, if you think that'll help. I could Xerox
that
it. So she walks over to her Xerox machine and vroom, vroom, runs it through and brings it back over, hands you the sheet. Is there anything else?
Okay.
I'm sorry I
So
couldn't
she
be much
hasn't
help with
paid
the
since
receipt.
March. Oh no, you're a great help. I appreciate this. One more thing. So she hasn't paid since March since March of this year. What was she about to get evicted? Were you guys about to throw her out? What was the next step for you guys?
Well, it is an artist building, and sometimes artists can have a hard time getting rent together, and we understand that here at Art Life. She had a very successful show last year, if memory serves. She paid a couple months in advance even, and then she was overdue. I sent her a few notices, and she didn't get back, and no, she wasn't going to be evicted just yet. We hadn't started that process, but it is rather strange, though, that I don't know. So many of them are falling on such hard times, and you're like, so many of them falling on such hard times, and you look down at this photocopy she gave you, and you see all of the tenants' rents are marked as unpaid since June. The last 3 months of rent, it all has a note: unpaid, outstanding, down the whole line. And we're going to cut away from there to Roger, who's digging through, again, trying to find hidden spaces, hidden slots, anywhere where something might be hidden in a place where people would never expect. So go ahead and give me your search roll, and you can add the 20% as you're working your way through a apartment that's getting more and more cleared of stuff.
45 over 41.
Oh no!
Oh, come on.
Oh no.
So ridiculous.
You really should have focused on search.
Yes.
Character creation.
Yeah, search
No,
turns out was a big
no.
one for this.
Oh, but I should add a couple points to my next time. Anyway.
Yes, next time.
Next time.
You got so Roger, you're looking around for hidden compartments or little things, where no one would expect, and you just keep coming back. You don't find anything. God, you don't find any secret slots or secret openings or anything like that. You just end up in the same place you always are, it seems. Just seeing this name, Roger, in a play over and over. You just keep seeing it. These pages of this play. You brought a bunch to the bar, and there's still more that you're finding as you're looking for cracks and crevices and little places to put stuff. You keep pulling out pages, and then you pull out one that at first glance looks like all the others, but there's a couple new names on it. The name Roger isn't on it, but there's a couple names that you haven't seen before. And I'm going to show it to you.
Oh.
This does not have a Lewis. It does not have a Roger. It doesn't have a Mark. It doesn't have a dog. I'll drop it on the thing here. But there is a name that for some reason gives you a little bit of a tickle in the back of your.
Oh no fucking way! No fucking way!
You want to start reading it, Roger?
Yeah.
For our audio audience.
Scene, an examination room, white walls and door, 2 chairs and a table. A white curtain hangs on a wall with no window. In the room are Dr. Westover and Richard.
No.
Dr. Westover says, I'm not satisfied with that answer, Richard. I think there's something you're not telling me. Richard says, why do you think that, Doctor? Call it intuition, or it could be my extensive training in psychotherapy. Richard says, I've been very open with you, Doctor. Dr. Westover, let's move on. When did you first have the dream? The dream? I don't have time for this, Dr. Westover says. Dr. Westover gets up to leave. Richard says, wait. Richard adjusts his hat and coughs. About 3 months ago, Dr. Westover. Very good, Richard. Dr. Westover returns to her seat and begins looking around the table. That's strange. Where's my pen? The white door opens. Enter Barbas? Barbas says, what's going on here?
And we'll see you next time.
Oh my god!
Who's Barbas?
Why is Westover?
Why
is Westover?
Flyer Westover's in this fucking
What?
show?
Strange, where's my pen?
Fuck!
Barbas!
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
This is all very disconcerting.
Yes!